What you up to, Puggy? Chilling on the stairs. What's wrong, baby? You alright? You okay? You gonna come upstairs? Come on. There we go. Sorry, that was really difficult to adjust. Yeah, I didn't think he was going to come up here. He's a little annoyed with me. I came home, gave him a little bit of attention, but I immediately started filming because I noticed I had an opportunity to do so. And to be honest, the way things have been going lately, any chance I get to film, I better take advantage of. At least when it comes to the card videos. Kaiba videos, those are easy enough to get done. I can do those in the backyard, I can do those while we're out walking, I can do those in the bedroom even. All those require is a bunch more editing because they need to be super awesome. Whereas my card videos, the cards kind of speak for themselves, I hope. And if not, eventually I'll learn to be good at editing those too. But in the meantime, in between time, we're here for one specific reason. And since it's Thursday, most of you probably know what that reason is. For the newcomers, just so you know, it's time for New Set versus Old Set. In the last round, Foundations took the lead 3-2 in this thing, which was kind of a shocker for me, to be honest. I was not expecting Foundations to keep plugging away at this. I will admit I've underestimated the champ, and the champ is showing me that they are here, to borrow a line from Cena. Which will be a sad reference in about 3 months, I think. Maybe even less than that. He's got, what, 10 appearances left, I think? Maybe 2 months? Anyways, I'm going to do this video real quick, though, and then I'm going to head out back with Kaiba for a little while to give him some attention and love, and then make some lunch. It's going to be fun. Yes, I'm filming this on the same day that I filmed Dollarama Draws of Destiny, of course, but you know what? That is all right. If anything neat happens, I will insert a part to the video here. Assuming I have done absolutely nothing since I did the clapping, I'm going to do that again. Alright, we're back. I'm in a really silly mood, sorry. Anyways, Foundations, as I say, is up 3-2. Lord of the Rings definitely needs to pull off a victory here in order to have any chance, I think, to be perfectly honest, of winning this series. If Foundations goes up by another point, I really don't think that Lord of the Rings has a chance of getting back in this. Tie would really put it difficult for them as well, but there are 2 packs left after this round, so there is still hope. But, Frodo and Sam need to get that ring up the mountain. And they need to start it by pulling some weight out of this. Of course, since Foundations won last round, we will open Foundations first, yet again. And we will see what we pull. I am hoping to have my Goblin deck done by the time you guys see this air. Because I'm going to work on that today in the afternoon, since I'm not really sleepy right now. And I'm trying to remember if Foundations is one of the ones I need to do a pack trick for. I think Lord of the Rings is, but I don't think... Sneak peek? Sneak peek? Should be okay. Nope, I need to... Yep, okay. We're going to put, let's say... 5 5 seems reasonable. 5 to the back. Okay, let's go with that. I swear I did not look to see what the card was. I just looked to see the rarities. As soon as I see whether the rarity is at the front of a pack, I decide to do the pack trick if I can, so you guys don't get the spoilers. So we got a human token and we got a knight token, which is pretty cool. The 3/3 though is kind of weird. I don't know how often you use a 3/3 knight, and it has no abilities. That I haven't seen very often. Infernal Vessel, 2 and a black for a 2/1 cleric. When this creature dies, if it wasn't a demon, return it to the battlefield under its owner's control with 2+1/+1 counters on it. And now it's a demon. Interesting. I was 1 shy of doing the pack trick correctly. Actually, you know what? I did screw up the pack trick. 1, 2, 3. Those need to go before that. Should be like that, I think. I don't know. I'm so bad at these. Luminous Rebuke. 4 and a white. Costs 3 less to cast. If it targets a tapped creature, destroy the target creature. Instant speed's not bad. I will give you... You know what? I'm going to put this one top. I'm going to put this one mid. Burst Lightning. 1 red. Kicker 4. Deals 2 damage. Any target, if it was kicked, deals 4 damage. Meh. Ooh, Marauding Blight Priest is a hit, though. That is a definite hit. Whenever you gain life, each opponent loses 1 life. That's an insanely good card for a whole variety of different decks. Definitely happy to have pulled an extra copy of that. Goblin Surprise. 2 and a red. Creatures you control get +2/+0, or create 2/1/1 red goblin creature tokens. Nice. I like that. Baked into a Pie. Destroy target creature and create a food token. Instant speed costs a little bit, but I mean, you're getting a decent value out of it. I'll go top with it. Dwynen? Let's go with Dwynen. Dwynen's Elite. 1 and a green for a 2/2. When this thing enters a battlefield, if you control another elf, you create a 1/1 green elf warrior creature token. Yeah, okay. It's not bad. Very specific deck you need to put in, so I'll put it mid. But there's definitely a couple decks I can add it to in the near future. Dazzling Angel. 2 and a white for a 2/3 flying, and whenever another creature you control enters, you gain a life. Hell yes, we want that. Light Shell Duo. Wasn't that just in Bloomborough? Yeah, that definitely was just in Bloomborough. 3 and a blue for a 3/4 prowess rat otter. When this thing enters, surveil 2. It's okay. The prowess is definitely a solid. Oh, I definitely messed up the pack trick. Banner of Kinship. 5 artifact. As this thing enters, choose a creature type. This artifact enters with a fellowship counter on it for each creature of the each creature you control of the chosen type. Creatures you control of the chosen type get +1/+1 for each fellowship counter on this artifact. Holy Hera, that is cool. That is definitely top pull right now. And I definitely mixed this up the wrong way a little bit too much. 1 and a blue, or 1 and a white, sorry, for a 1/1 flash, and when this thing enters, you create a white soldier creature token. Yeah, that's pretty good. Bolt Wave. 1 red, deals 3 damage to each opponent. Yeah, okay. There's our full art forest. Beautiful artwork on that one, guys. And our holo is a Gnarled Colony. 1 and a green with kicker, 2 and a green. If this spell was kicked, it enters with 2 +1/+1 counters on it, and each creature you control with a +1/+1 counter on it has trample. That's decent. Definitely some solid stuff in there. I think the best card, aside from the Banner of Kinship, of course, which I spoiled by accident, would be the Dazzling Angel and the Marauding Blood Priest. Those would definitely be the best pulls in this pack. So, I mean, there's definitely some solid stuff there. Lord of the Rings. This is a kind of shout out to you. You need to give me something good. If this isn't something good, we are going to be very disappointed in you. Alright, let's see what we got. I can't remember if Lord of the Rings is one of those ones I have to do too. Oh, yep, that's one of those ones I gotta do too. Okay. That'll be the token. That'll be the hollow. That. Let's put those to the back. Maybe one more. Let's do one more. And then the first two need to go back. Okay, there we go. That should be it. I think I did the pack trick right for once in a change. While I do that, you can check out this cool artwork. Ooh, the lighting kind of sucks now because I turned off the ceiling light. Really? I didn't think the ceiling light made that much of a difference. Okay. Apparently it does. Apparently the combination is the king. We got ourselves an orc army. Always nice to pull an extra one of those, because you always seem to need them in Lord of the Rings. Fire of Orthanc. 3 in a red. Sorcery. Destroy target artifact or land. Creatures without flying can't block this turn. That's pretty good to start us off. Cast into the fire! 1 in a red. Choose one. Cast into the fire deals 1 damage to each of up to 2 target creatures or exile target artifact. Yeah, it's okay. I'm going to admit that one. Smite the Deathless. 1 in a red deals 3 damage to target creature. That creature loses indestructible into turn. If it would die, it gets exiled. That I like. Shower of Arrows, 2 in a green. Destroy target artifact, enchantment, or creature with flying, and then scry 1. Hell yes. Shire Scarecrow, Defender, 0/3, pay 1, add 1 mana of any color. But you can only do it once per turn, so that's why you're going mid. We got a Hollow Forest. Forest is definitely on the menu today, guys. Forests are back on the menu! Ooh, a Voracious Fell Beast full art. Now, this isn't actually a really cool card, to be perfectly honest. It's an okay card, but the full art is sick looking, guys. 4 and 2 black for a flying 4/4. When this thing enters the battlefield, each opponent sacrifices a creature. Create a food token for each creature sacrificed this way. If you can flicker the shit out of this thing, it's awesome. Otherwise, eh. But I do love the full art, so I will still give you top for that. We got an Elrond, Lord of Rivendell. We've pulled this thing so many times that I'm actually tempted to mid that. It is a legendary, so it does get status. I will give it its status because of that, but I would say it's more of a mid pull than an actual top pull for me. Because I have more copies of this than I have decks that I actually want to put it in. It is a really cool ability, don't get me wrong. 2 in a blue for a 3/2. Whenever this thing or another creature enters the battlefield under your control, you scry 1. If this is the second time it happened this turn, the ring tempts you. So, I mean, don't get me wrong, it's an awesome ability, but it's just, I don't know. Maybe I'll make another mono blue deck out of him, specifically, at some point. Horses of the Bruinen. 3 and 2 blue, return up to 2 target creatures to their owner's hands, scry 1, and the ring tempts you. It's a lot of value for one card. It is sorcery speed, though, which is why I think I'm going to put it mid. Actually, that's pretty helpful if you're going to attack that person, though. Judge me for what I do, but I'm putting it mid. Screw it. Entrout Basin. 2 and nothing, because it's colorless. Pay X, tap this, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature with power X. Oh. I mean, that's not terrible, but that's not great either. It's a weird way to put +1/+1 counters on things. Ooh, that's a good pull. I didn't pull him before. He's not a hobbit, though. That's disappointing. But, what do you do? Legendary creature, human peasant, Butterbur Bree Innkeeper. 2 green and white for 3/3. At the beginning of your end step, if you don't control a food, create a food token. It's not terrible. It's not amazing. It's not terrible. It's legendary, so it's still going to get legendary status. I mean, I would play it. Would I play it as a commander? Probably not. Is it valuable in a 99? Sure, because I mean, every time you sacrifice a food, you're gaining 3 life. So as long as you sacrifice your food each turn before your end step, or during somebody else's turn or whatever, then I mean, you're always going to have at least a supply of 3 life available, which isn't terrible. Oh shit, guys! Oh my god! We pulled another copy of the One Ring! And we did it on camera this time! Woo! For those who don't know, the first time I pulled this card, I pulled it out of a Jumpstart Lord of the Rings pack, and I did it in the car on the before I went home. I had no idea the value of the card when I pulled it at the time, as opposed to right now where I know this thing is worth. I mean, it might have gone down since it's been banned in Modern, but I still think this is worth like $70 or something, isn't it, Canadian? It's up there somewhere. Anyways, the first time I pulled it, I had no idea how much of an awesome card it was in terms of the value of the money. I just knew how awesome it was of a pull and how much I regretted the fact that nobody saw me pull it live because it, well, not technically live, but nobody saw it on film because I didn't bother to record it. Today, on the other hand, holy shit. Ignore the message that's going on in the background. I'm not going to listen to that. Hopefully you guys can't hear that in the background. If I talk loud enough over it, we'll just keep nattering while they're speaking on the... Yeah, okay, they hung up. Good. Anyways, yeah. I'm nattering anyways because I'm just like, whoa! Holy shit, guys. Yeah, okay. That's a good point. Before Snoop yells at me, let's get this baby sleeved. We got ourselves a inner sleeve, probably from Dark Fox. And then we'll put that into a nice plastic one. Because I have no idea what deck I'm going to put that. Actually, I know exactly what deck it's going to probably end up in. As amazing as it is, it's probably going to end up in that mono blue deck that's just crazy fucking going to be insane. That's going to be like my bracket 4 deck for sure when I'm done messing around with it. Okay. Ho, 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 ho. Oh, man. Guys. Oh, man. Oh, man. All right. Whew. Clearly, we are going to be giving this point to Lord of the Rings. You want to try and argue in the comments? You go right ahead. I wish you the very best of luck, but you're not going to win an argument with me in the comments on that one. The One Ring is by far one of my favorite cards that I've ever pulled in my life. And having a second copy is insane. I'm really happy. Super, super freaking happy. That made my day. Alright. Yeah. It's too bad I don't do the video response where you guys... You know what? You guys can see this face, and you can go like... Because... Alright. Much love to you all. From Kaiba out there, and myself to you. Have a great Thursday. And we look forward to seeing you guys on the weekend. Alright? Bye.